Hey you all, it's Nay with It's a Nay Thing Art, and today we're going to talk about the 5 things you need to get started painting.
You already know, it's an anything art.
First things first, you're going to need a surface to paint on. So when I say a surface to paint on, that's called a canvas. So these are canvases here. I've already started, I was pre-sketching these, but these are canvases. And they come in all different shapes and sizes. This is 11 by 14, something a little bit smaller. These two, they come rounded, and they come in bigger sizes too. So when you're first starting off painting, I would start a little bit small. You also have canvas paper, so I'll show you what that looks like. This is canvas paper that I painted on. I don't have any blank ones right now, but this is all going to be linked in my Amazon storefront, so you can purchase it if you like. But this is canvas paper that you can purchase. Ooh, I got so many. So these are what I use to teach my classes. I teach them on canvas paper because they're super thin. So that way, because I have so much, that way it doesn't take up a lot of room. So that's why I use canvas paper to teach my classes. So if you're just starting out, I would suggest probably getting some canvas paper too, because you know you're gonna make a lot of mistakes and you don't want to invest way too much in purchasing canvases, like actual canvases that have the backing and the stapling. You don't want to invest too much on those because it could add up. It could get pricey, but these are very cost effective and affordable, like $5 to $7 at Walmart for 30 sheets. So I would start with something like this with canvas paper. See how much I have? Like, I need y'all to know these are actual I need y'all to know that these are actual paintings. Bunch of paintings. And imagine if these were actual real, like, 3D canvases instead of canvas paper. That would take up a lot of room. So I would suggest when you start off with canvas paper. That way, like, you can feel free to make mistakes and know that you're not throwing your money down the drain buying a whole bunch of canvases. But yeah, canvases, they come in all different shapes and sizes. When you first start out, you can choose to use canvases if you want, but I would stick with something just a little bit smaller in size. That way it's a lot more error proof, and if you make mistakes, it's okay because you didn't invest much into a huge canvas. But on your way to becoming a more seasoned artist, eventually start working on larger canvases. When you work on larger canvases, it kind of like gives the art more, I don't know, for some reason, to me it could be more of my personal opinion, but it gives it more value. When it's on a huge surface, people can kind of digest it better and visualize where they can place it versus something a little bit smaller. It's hard to really visualize where you can place this. And it's just, I don't know, sometimes it's better to just put things on a bigger canvas, especially when you're trying to sell it. So next thing on the roster are, can you tell? Let me give it a drum roll. Brushes. You're gonna need some brushes. And y'all, I do have a step-by-step beginner's paint course that guides you on how to choose the right brushes. So if you're curious, because all brushes are not created equal, trust me on this, all brushes are not created equal. So if you need help when you're in the store, because it can be very overwhelming. If you need help, you have to get my beginner's paint course. So I'll link that too. But yeah, you need brushes. Brushes come in all different shapes and sizes. You have like bigger ones. These are called flat brushes. And this is not as big as it gets. There's even 2-inch ones. This is a 1-inch brush. It's called a 1-inch wash. There's even bigger 2-inch ones. So there's those. You also have medium flat brushes. They get smaller and smaller, and you also have round brushes too. I don't think I have a round brush in this one. Yeah, oh, here, a round brush. So you can tell it's a round brush because the ferrule is rounder, and you can tell it's a flat brush because the ferrule is flat here. So again, I have an in-depth beginner's paint course if you want more information on how to choose brushes. Next thing you're gonna need is something to place your canvas on while you're painting. You can feel free to place it on a tabletop, but the only thing is when you're putting it on a table, you're gonna look down, and it's just so much easier to face the canvas head on like this and paint it instead of looking down. So in order to do that, you need an easel. So I have these easels here, which I use for my paint parties too, but these can very much be for personal use. And it's made for a smaller canvas, like 11 by 14. Anything below an 11 by 14, I would use these. So You would just open it up, put it on your table, wherever you're painting, plop your canvas on there and paint. You can also use a tabletop easel like this one here. Okay, place it here and then paint. And then you have bigger easels. So I have a huge one too. I'll try and incorporate in this video so y'all can see what that looks like. But yeah, definitely purchase an easel to paint on. Make sure you're not laying your painting flat on the table and painting. You can do that, but again, we're all about being efficient and making things easier. Get an easel. On the docket is one of the most important things that you're gonna need to paint is paint. Yes, so you're gonna need paint, but just like those brushes, all paints are not created equal. There's different types of paint though, the different types of mediums, well I should say, different type of paint mediums. So you have oils, acrylics, tempera. I personally like to use acrylic because it dries faster and I'm impatient. No, acrylic paint, it dries very fast and is very malleable. So if you make a mistake, it's easy to rework it, let it dry, paint right back over. And it's also pigmented. Now, it's not as pigmented as oils. Oils are super, super pigmented and they're just rich. And the only thing with oils is they take some time to dry. They do take some time. So I would say practice using both and see what you like better, but they can both give you amazing similar results. Also with paints, the brand is really important as well. The brand that you choose could make or break your painting because some brands offer thinner paints and some are much more thicker and richer and pigmented. So like I said, I do have a beginner's paint course once again where I go over in depth all different types of paint brands and the best ones to use. So if you want to check that out, I'm going to include that in the description. But yeah, be careful with the choice of paint that you choose because they're not all created equal. Some are super thin and some are very rich. My personal favorite brand is Liquitex. As you can see, I have a lot of it. That's my favorite brand. I love it because it's super rich and pigmented, it's thick, and it's not liquidy. Okay, the very last thing, last but not least, the last thing that you're gonna need to paint are paint palettes. Paint palettes. So let's go over these paint palettes I have here. This one is actually, look, it's a paper plate. It's a paper plate. So if you don't want to go out your way to buy a professional paint palette, you don't want to go to the store and invest much, just use a paper plate. As you can tell, this is like months of use. It's like super thick. Like I can probably knock somebody out with this. It's really thick because all the paint has hardened. It's a lot of layers on there. So, and I'm still using it. So paper plate, you can use that. Or if you're feeling fancy, you're feeling like a real professional artist, get some paint palettes. Get some acrylic paint palettes. And if you're not aware what a paint palette is, it's just what you use to put your paint on. You need something to place it on. You can't just have bottles and you're pouring it on the actual canvas. You need to scoop it from something. So typically what people do is just put the paints, little dollops, like they'll pour it with little dollops on the paint palette and then grab from that with their brush. Okay? That's what I do too with this plastic plate. I just put random paints in different areas and then I just grab from it. So that's what a paint palette is for. If you're a beginner, you have no idea what that is. So these are like, yeah, these are acrylic paint palettes and it's super easy to clean off. It's not gonna be all hardened like this. As soon as you're done, you just rinse it off and scrub it. It's back brand new. This one too, okay. I got these all in a pack. I got 4 of them. I'm gonna link this one too. The other 2 are somewhere here, but I got 4 of them. It was a really good deal. I think it was like under $10. Don't quote me on that, but it was super cheap. So I'm gonna link that too. Okay, so I hope you guys found that helpful. Those are the 5 main things that you're gonna need to start painting. Of course, there's like other little smaller items like, you know, napkins, water cup, all that, but these can get you started. Just those 5 items is what you'll need. So if you guys have any other questions, maybe I missed something and you're unsure about it and you want to ask me, just drop it in the comments below and I'll be sure to respond. But hopefully you guys found this helpful and I gave you some great tips so you can get started painting today. So I will see you guys in another one. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I give tips on paint parties and tips to make you a better artist. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys in the next one.